Brushy. We are live.
Hmm. Welcome to Monday Night Live.
Isn't it supposed to show? Oh, Marilene's here. Hello, hello. Oh,
Hey.
it does. Okay.
Okay, it
There
does
are
show.
peoples here. How is everybody tonight? It is hot in here.
Oh.
Whew. Honey badgers, hello, hello. You know, let's see. No, I wanted to
What's
switch something up there, but it's not going to work right now.
okay? Yeah, I've been wondering what everybody else has been up to lately. Because all I keep doing is going outside and trying to build stuff and clean stuff up and get stuff ready.
Yeah,
I ain't see hide nor hair of this camper until I come in and get ready to pass out.
I know. I'm usually stuck in the camper doing all the non-businessy yet businessy stuff and cooking and
Mm-hmm.
cleaning and oh, sorry. They probably didn't see that because of the camera quality. But I like my hot chocolate with just a little bit of powdered hot chocolate on top, and I just blew into the hot chocolate and it went everywhere. So
Tin Man, what's going on, buddy? How's things been with you? How's that new rugrat you got running around doing?
running around, not running around yet. I'm sure mommy and daddy are though.
Oh, I bet. No lack of sleep there, huh?
No. Sorry, I have to get all that powder off. So, honey badgers and oh, who's else is here? Who's that? Auslander info. Hello, hello.
How is you guys? Well, been doing pretty good. Been out trying to figure some things out. I think I figured out what was wrong with my backhoe. I think it has some sort of a vapor lock in the fuel system. So I don't know if the fuel pump's bad or what, but
Mhm.
um, I busted my knuckle earlier today figuring out
Not really
that it
busted,
was.
but you heard it. You
That's
heard
called
it.
busting your knuckle. So I was out there and I
I'm just,
cracked the nut
I'm
and
just
bled the
busting
line,
your chops.
and it got up and started running again. So it's been crazy good, man.
Yeah.
Thorhaven, Monday Night Live.
Whoop,
There you go.
whoop.
You get a good one.
We got speakers. We can hear you now. That's awesome.
Drops Family Garden says fell asleep at the computer working last night. Everyone wants stuff done on the holidays.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's true.
Ain't no holidays out on a farm. I'll tell you what. Every
Well,
day's a work day.
that's not true. We take at least one day a week where we do absolutely no work.
It's true. If it wasn't for that, I think I'd be dead.
Oh, you can dress them up.
Tin Man says, awesome. He's doing great. Big Boy been keeping up with the videos, but figured I'd catch a live as well. Well, thank you, buddy. I sure do miss hanging out.
Mm-hmm. We should get together with him and Bailey.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, preferably when we have like some place to like hang out.
Yeah, you don't want to come visit right now, but that's also assuming that they're coming here. We could always go to other
hey,
places
that's
too.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never think of that.
It's always about you.
If not, it should be.
No. I tell you what. That's awesome.
Drops. Busted
I
enough
say that a
knuckles working
lot.
on cars. I know. And I thought I had like busted the feeling right out of this finger, but apparently not.
Tell you what. It has been a good day today. Long but
Yeah.
productive.
Very
I
productive.
got a lot of stuff. I like to write checklists. I got a lot of stuff off my checklist done. It's all businessy stuff, but usually Mondays are. And you got a lot of stuff done outside.
Mm-hmm.
You finished cladding in the barn.
Yep.
Yeah. We had sorry.
I put the order in for the bats, the 1x3s.
Yep.
So that's in.
And then you're going tomorrow, or the roof is getting picked up tomorrow.
Yes.
The steel. So the roof will be on this week. Yay.
Yes. And we will be in the barn this week.
Well, this weekend.
By this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
What else? There was something else. Oh, I don't know. They're not here right now, but if they come back, I'll have to tell them later. So Hickory Croft Farm, when I went out to go visit them and pick up my chickens, um, I was really interested to see their sugar beet patch. And then I really got interested and I wanted to grow it. It's like something I want to really get into to produce our own sugar. And I mean, I know there's also maple syrup, which we do and we have, but I was really interested in these sugar beets. We couldn't find them anywhere in Canada. And I buy a lot of my seeds from M.I. Gardner, and he launched his 2022 seed collection today. So I'll tell that story in a minute. So he launched his 2022 seed collection today, and sure enough, there was sugar beets there. So I ordered like 15 packs, and I'm gonna give a couple of them away to, like I'll do like a draw or something like that, and then I got a few extra for some people I know that would want them. But I was so excited, and I messaged them. They haven't got the message yet, but I can't wait to tell them. I already messaged Plowman's Backyard, and I'm like, guess what seeds I got today? And I'm like, I didn't know seeds brought me that much joy. I mean, I knew I loved them, but when I saw them, it was like, because he launched at like 2, I think it was 2:30 around about there. And I was on that website. And so basically everything showed as sold out until you got until it was launched, because he revamped his whole website, or they did. And so I was sitting there. I've never like, it was almost like I was fangirling. I was like, hurry up, refreshing the page, like buying concert tickets. Refresh that page. Nope. And then finally it got launched and I got the seeds. So I'm really, really excited about that. I know it's super silly, but if they come on, I got to say it again because
I've been there. I've done that. I mean, not over seeds, but I've been there and I've done that.
Well, you would like me if shit ever hit the fan and you couldn't get sugar. You would like me then, and you would like that. You would like that I sat in line and concert scrolled whatever.
It's true. It's true. But I mean, I'm one of them stubborn guys. I would find a way, or I would just kick it out of my diet altogether. You don't know how many times I've been out in the field or something, and I just drink coffee black.
Yeah.
No sugar, no nothing.
But then you get to come back to civilization and you get to have sugar. You know there's an end.
I just adapt. I just adapt.
Oh. Thor says the barn is looking epic.
Thank you. My God, it's been such a labor of love. I love working on that thing, and at the same time, it's like caused nothing but like tiredness.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, I think I was saying it to you. We went to go visit my sister's down from Florida.
Yeah.
And she's back home with her family for a week, so we went to go visit them yesterday. And it's been 2 years, 2 or more years since I've seen them. So it was definitely a hug and a half. But we're going to be hustling hard. We're always going to hustle because we live in the boonies. But it's going to be hustling hard like this for a year. And then, and then it'll calm down. But on the same token, we're working for ourselves.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
So.
And I got all that wood moved today, all the cut and split wood.
Yes, your backhoe got to do that.
Well, not most of it actually, but there's a couple spots where I kept hitting a rock or something. I couldn't scoop it up, so I'd had to get out and fill the bucket myself. But
compared to last year,
I know, it was so much easier. And then I did some fun stuff today.
Oh,
so there was this. It's hard to get down behind the barn because the barn's so big, and I haven't cleared around it really. It kind of ran out of gas trying to cut more trees down. So today I made a path and drove backwards. I drove backwards down in there.
And this thing doesn't have good brakes. Like he uses the bucket for brakes. It has okay brakes, but
shifter and okay. But anyways, I got back down in there and like started leveling stuff out. Started like making a plateau of dirt and rocks all around the back half of the barn.
Did you have the camera so you could show them?
No, I was too busy trying to make sure I didn't go end over end and going downhill. All rough terrain.
You see, there it is.
It was fun.
So I didn't go down the hill. Tin Man says, watching the videos, it feels like I'm there every other day. It's so weird because we have some friends and family that watch a lot of the videos too, and so they know so much about what's going on with us. But we talk to them here and there, but when we get in person, it's like, I didn't know that. I didn't, and it's like we know not a lot unless it's like friends and family from YouTube. You guys are our family now.
Yeah, my brother often asks me, "So how's things going?"
Just some people, not family like your brother and stuff, but some people will be like, just go to YouTube.
Well, I love my brother, so
Yeah.
I got to tease him, but I'm like, well, it's not like I videotape it all the time.
Honey Badger says the other half is here tonight too. LOL. Well, the other half, I have been getting to know your better half for a little bit now, and she seems very, very lovely. You want to read?
My late wife had a caravan. She drove the heck out of it. Probably can tell what goes
Tell
wrong
you what.
on that vehicle.
It's very true.
Well,
I almost just spilled the hot
sorry.
chocolate. Yeah.
I made
Yep.
it for you though, so I can make another one look just like it.
Here we go.
Any word on the Starlink internet? I know you're probably too busy to worry about it. Just
Oh no, we're checking all the time because it said till the end of 2021.
It still does.
Yeah.
Even though we're like at the end of 2021.
Apparently, though, they had a shortage of silicone. And so some people are getting pushed back a year. But when they log into their account, it shows a later date. And ours still shows 2021. So fingers crossed. That's all I have to say.
No kidding.
You're going to have to do some reading. My eyes are really, really blurry.
All right. I bring home seeds every time I see them in a store or online order.
I like MI Gardner because, for a lot of reasons. A lot of people buy Canadian, and I do too. But I mean, my other half's American in Michigan, so nostalgic. I like what he does. And they're heirloom, non-GMO seeds. And when I first found them, they were always 99 cents. And then now they're $2. And anything over $12, so 6-pack of seeds, it's free shipping even to Canada. As long as there's no other, like, they have soil amendments and hats and sweaters. And so as long as it's only seeds, anything over $12 is free shipping. So it ends up costing me a little bit more than the amount because you have to convert it to Canadian. But I've been using an awesome germination rate too. And so I've been using him for years. Years.
They grow a ton of sugar beets in the States like Indiana, Montana.
Yeah. Michigan's known for it too.
Yeah, there's one of the biggest
there it is,
sugar
Michigan
companies.
and Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Pioneer Sugar out of Michigan uses nothing but sugar beets.
Yep. Okay.
Hustling, and then it will calm down. It doesn't calm down.
The hustle calms down. The work doesn't, though. So, but what I think what I'm looking forward to is the setup of everything. Because when we were at the other place, we had a couple setups, but they weren't permanent structures. So with the animals, I think it's going to be a lot less work once we're set up properly. And then I think the main hustle we're going to have to worry about is shaping the land.
And I can do that now. I have been so excited and impressed with that piece of machinery.
I have been too, but I'm not going to let you know that.
I got video proof now.
Right? Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. Same to you.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
Marilyn, don't say that. Right?
Right now.
No, we have hope right now.
Right now, it's like I'm going full tilt every day. I'm out there. I'm just trying to get shelter over our heads. I'm trying to plan for the next 3 steps in line. And it's like all rough. Like roughs on lumber. It's like all my rough work. I can't wait to get to the point where I start like doing the finesse work.
Yes.
That's going to be
the
fun.
Building on. And for me, it's more the building on. So I have a hard time with a blank slate. I mean, you saw it with the chicken coop when we first built it. I was like, no, put it here, put it there, no, here. And then you got to see it. We didn't really show it in video, but trying to place the pole barn and trying to place the house, because where we originally had said, okay, the house is going to be here, it's not where we originally said. And I think I was bummed about that. And so I didn't see it anywhere else because I had a visualization of what we wanted and I just couldn't see it anywhere else. So where the trailer is, if you look in some videos, that's where I wanted the house. But at the same time, it didn't really make sense because it's almost, there's like a big drop. And so we'd have zero backyard.
Yep.
I mean, we have the property, but it just, a few other reasons, but so it's moved, but I can't tell you how many times the boys had me out there. They mapped out the house and then I'd be like, nope. It doesn't look good there, or nope, it's got to come over 6 feet, or we finally got it and I'll make do. I will make do.
I promise you will love it by the time I'm done.
I'm going to love the house. I know that. It's just, I always envisioned having a long driveway and, you know, people pulling up right to the house, and they're still going to be able to. It's just different than what I had envisioned. Not that I'm picky.
Hey, you know what else we can talk about? All the deals we've been finding lately.
Yes, I want to get to some comments and then we'll get to that. Billy Lee, hello.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Shelly, from Vancouver Island. Oh, I have to admit, I don't know. I know about everything that's going on in BC. Are you affected by that? If you're still in the chat. That's crazy what's going on in BC. All the flooding and the highways washing out and everything.
I've seen a little bit of it.
You know it's true. It is true, but still, we have to hold on to a little bit of hope.
You know what? It's like I said, I can't wait to the point where I get to like start contouring things.
Yeah.
And like cleaning stuff up. Each year I tell myself, okay, give it a push. Next year will be better.
But you know, you don't see the work that you do when you're doing it. And so I posted a video tonight. I'm trying to post videos on our non-video days, older videos. And so tonight's video, or today's video, was brain fart. It was back before we actually moved to the cabin, and I've forgotten all about this video because do you remember I was trying to search for a before and after of the kitchen?
Yes.
I couldn't find it, and I forgot all about this video, so I watched it today, and I said in the video, you know, we're vlogging this because we want our grandchildren to see where if you work hard for something that you want and you keep at it, where you can end up. And so it reminded me of when before we even moved out here, all those feelings we had of uncertainty, of, you know, what are we going to make this place? What's the ground like? All those uncertainties. And then remembering where it was when we left it, and you don't realize it in the moment. And so I needed that. I needed to see that. Because as much as I love what we're doing, I will admit I'm tired of being in the trailer. And that could be partly because, you know, all the animals are in here. It's a tight space. And anytime we want to cook, we got to move our Berkey filter. And
why do you think I'm outside every dang day?
Because you got a backhoe?
Well, no. That actually, you know what I found? I was outside cutting wood and like, you know, putting the boards up and trying to finish up the barn, and like my shoulder took a hit this last week, and so I
during the cement pour,
I went to try and pick something up. It was a little too heavy, and I think I messed it up a bit.
So for those that don't know, he had surgery last December on his shoulder, and it was a pretty major surgery. He went in, they all thought that he was going to have 4 to 6 weeks off work. And they came.
The surgeon told me.
Yeah. And she came out and said.
She basically laughed in my face and was like, oh, son, no.
I hope you can take some more time off.
She said, no, 6 to 9 months. I said, excuse me? And I'm
Yeah.
drugged out of my gourd. Like I'm like in recovery coming out of it. And I'm like, say what?
Uh-huh.
Like, what? Wait, what? No,
Mhm.
that's not what we discussed.
No.
But anyways, I found that I'm taking, like, once I hit that point where I'm starting to get sore and I'm like, I just need some downtime.
Mhm.
Like, no, I can still work. I can just use the machine to do more work in a different area.
Yep.
So I'll jump in the backhoe and get it running and start doing stuff with it and let it do all the heavy lifting on another job.
So wait, can I interrupt? I always do anyways. But so you're learning to work with your aging, ailing body.
No, it's not what I
Yes,
said.
I
That's
keep telling
not
him.
what I said at
No,
all.
it is
That's
what
not
you
what I
said, just in
said.
a roundabout
No,
way. I'm
no.
like, work smarter, not harder.
I said instead of taking a break, I go do work in another way.
But yes, you're working with your ailing body.
No,
Yes.
I'm not old and ailing.
Thor
That's-
raised a good point,
What?
which is something I've been trying to
Trying to
think
automate
of.
more this year.
So automate more so that it's not so much manual labor, right?
Yes.
On the farm.
I
So,
couldn't agree more. And I've been trying to come up with like ideas and ways to make things
Yeah.
easier and like not take so much work and all sorts of stuff. So like we need to put our heads together one night around a bonfire and make sure we all have the good ideas.
Mhm. We can do like a video challenge.
A video
A
challenge.
video challenge.
Okay.
Who's got the best way to automate the chickens, or more of the watering, so that we don't have to do all of that. Like we all know there's automated waterers, there's automated chicken runs and things like that, but who can come up with the most clever way? Maybe. Shelley says, shaping the land would be the best part, planning what you want. I love that part. I do and I don't. I don't because I have a hard time with a blank slate, blank canvas. So
yeah, you have a hard time seeing it, whereas I can see it.
But you don't. You have a hard time communicating that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody who spent years in telecommunications, I can't communicate worth a damn.
No.
I'm just like, look, you know what? It'll take me longer to tell you about it. I might have it done by the time if I just don't tell you about it.
I dream of
Veggies tunnel where I
veggie
can
tunnel.
catch rainwater so I don't have to water it so often.
Yep. Our neighbors have a really good automated system. Maybe I have to steal some ideas. Maybe. Got to go. Stay safe and God bless you too. If you're still, that was 8 minutes ago. So
we are now planning for the goats, but plans keep changing between a couple shelters and a barn that houses the goats, chickens, and rabbits. You know, I was often thinking of the same thing. Like if you had one barn and they were all in there, all their body heats, it help keep that above zero in there and all this stuff. And you know what? Maybe, I don't know. Right now I've got one shelter for the goats and one shelter for the chickens. Well, 1.25.
We keep trying to put the new chickens in the coop, but
yeah,
this doesn't work out yet.
I couldn't catch them today, so I just didn't do it. But eventually, I think I've got a couple ideas on what I might want to do. So I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Plowman says, Monday Night Live.
Hello. Tin Man. Oh, we are behind. Okay. Oh,
I
it's
know,
only
and
4
I miss
minutes.
my buddy. Maybe someday, but I don't know.
Right? Sweeties, go ahead.
Hey, it's Monday Night Live. Hey, Angie and Mike, how's the hands healing up, Angie?
No, good. I don't know how well you can see, but I've been applying cream to it like none other. And so there's still a few bumps. There's still a few scabs. For those that don't know, I reacted pretty bad to the concrete, but I think it was an additive, which I've since learned it's caustic. But I've worked with it before, never had issues. So I'm pretty sure it was because they added stuff in it because it was colder that day.
Yeah.
So I think it, because that's a chemical process, right? And so as soon as I rinsed my hands, I knew something was wrong. Like I didn't feel it burning when the concrete was on there, but my hands were beet red. And I didn't show it on our Facebook page, but the night before, like that picture was taken the next day. And so the night before, every single little bump that you saw in that picture was all white and hivy. And it looked like I had hundreds of slivers in my hand. And I've rinsed it so much, and tons of aloe, tons and tons of aloe. But I've been putting aloe and cream and everything. And so, what is today? When did we get cement? Today's Monday.
I don't even know what. I've been trying to keep up with things. I don't know what day anything is
I think
anymore.
we got it Wednesday.
Was it?
I think we got it Wednesday. So I'm going to say by Saturday night, because Sunday I went to my parents and it was still there a little bit, but it was better. So they're healing.
No, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday?
It was, because I was fighting with trying to get everybody out here, and I couldn't get a hold of the guy for my gravel, and then he shows up, and then
No, it was Wednesday.
no, it was
I
Tuesday.
can guarantee it was Wednesday
How?
because the guys
Because
came.
they were fracking it.
Yeah, so they came back on Wednesday to frack the well.
I was thinking it came on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday they showed up and did the drilling. And
Of course, like that's the way it goes. I spent 2 weeks trying to get it, make sure everybody was coming out here, and I got the well guy out here, and then my gravel guy just shows up, didn't no call, just like, hey, how you doing? Here's 2 loads that you asked for.
Right.
Okay, that was a week ago, but okay. And then we got a call that the cement guy was like, oh, there's been a cancellation. You need the truck? We'll
and
take
you pay
it.
by the. I just realized because you pay by the hour. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
so we were out there just hustling.
Yeah.
Just giving her.
And I helped that day, not as much as the first time, but I ended up helping that day. But I didn't have the proper gear on, which is why my hands got reacted because I went around the entire perimeter, which is 24 by 32, and instead of using a trowel, I smoothed it all out with my hands, and so that's why.
Starhaven
Won't be doing that again. No, that's Marilyn.
Oh man! Every day I see the rabbits are stupid animals. I have kits about 2 weeks that discovered they can go outside the pen, but they don't know how to go inside again.
Sounds like a few animals around here.
Grace Martin. Hey, how you
Grace,
doing,
how
Grace?
are you? Oh, I missed it.
Yep.
See, that's my eyes for you. See me squinting, guys?
So they're outside freezing, and I have to go to pick them up to put them in the nest. So think about that with your plans.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I've been chasing the goats around because I've got extra leftover ICF blocks in the barn, and I've been trying to keep the chickens and the goats from trying to eat it because I'm trying to get rid of it and sell it. Like, oh my gosh! And then if they're not in there, the goats are trying to get into their feed, which is in that tarp tent. Just like I'm fighting back and forth. Meanwhile, I'm trying to put the siding on the barn. And you think I can remember my measurements? So I'm up and down the ladder 2-3 times trying to figure it out.
As long as it doesn't affect my drinking arm, I'm good. Everyone's saying hello to one another.
The perfect automated water system is making the kid do it.
Right? I couldn't believe, like, Gord, who is from, Hidden Blessings Homestead. Gord thought of the idea to siphon the water, and it works amazing. And it's not a trickle, it's a good flow. So we're very, very excited. We're even talking about not putting the water pump in until the house is built, so we could save 6 months of wear and tear, because right now we're just filling up the trailer every couple days. And so just doing it that way and seeing how well that works. And then if we have to put the pump in, we can put the pump in.
It'd be like a matter of 3 hours and we'd have the pump in.
So we're seeing if we can hold off on the pump right now. Yep, I learned that. I learned the stupid way.
Hey, to be honest, I didn't know either.
I kind of knew, but because I didn't react the last time, like I didn't no, it was a thought, but not a big one. And I kind of remembered hearing that somewhere, but then I didn't realize how common it was. Put it that way.
Right.
Billy Lee says, doing well, waiting on Thanksgiving and a birthday. Oh, when's your birthday, Billy Lee? I should have put my hands in vinegar. Huh.
Interesting.
I won't be doing that again, but now I know how to help others just in case. I didn't realize.
Huh.
Always wear gloves when mixing cement. Yep. I did the first time, but I ended up taking them off. You can see in a couple of my gardening videos, I don't do well with gloves. And I have all great intentions, and then they just don't stay on long. Lax Tropical Homestead, hello.
Hey, welcome.
Driving by, dropping off some love. Well, thank you. How are you guys? Probably nice and warm compared to where we are.
It's true. Calcium chloride is sometimes added as an additive that drives the concrete quicker, which they added extra because it was chilly out.
Yeah, that day was cooler.
Yeah, and then I was told that if it gets too cold, they actually boil it. And so when they deliver it to you, it's boiling.
Yeah.
So it dries even faster.
Calcium chloride, let me get in close here. Calcium chloride poses some serious health and safety hazards. It can also irritate skin by causing excessive dryness and what is that word?
Desiccating.
Yep. That wasn't what I was going to say. I will say that not only did I have like this on the back of my hands, but the palms of my hands felt like sandpaper.
Yep.
They're better today.
You know, I've had the severe dryness because it just sucks the moisture right out, but I've never had a rash from it.
No. Nope. All Mud Broker is in the house. Hello.
The joys of mud burns. Portland cement is caustic by itself. Add a little accelerant, calcium chloride, and it'll eat you alive.
That's what it felt like. It burned like bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
But we got it all done, and it looks amazing.
Yes, and my hand is better now. Thank you. As long as it got done, right? If ingested. Okay.
It'll eat you alive.
Wow. Well, I wasn't going to tears you with it, but...
My dad did foundation in his days working, and so does my other half. He's a concrete guy.
Oh.
And we've got a couple of those as really close friends, and our son was in bricklaying for a while.
Yep. He's still in the construction field.
Yep.
And arborist.
Yeah, he's been doing quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, he is definitely a jack of all trades. Not like his mama.
What you looking at?
I saw have seen it produce massive burns on blokes' knees and shins. Took them weeks to recover. I'm really glad that did not happen.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really, really glad. I told my kids she has to start feeding and watering the chickens. She told me to shut up and went back to her room.
Is that an option? Could I have told you that?
Like the kids that?
No.
That he was talking about his
I know, but when I get up in the morning, I gotta go do chores. Maybe I can just tell you to shut up and I'll go back to
bed. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hi, it's your grandson, Connor. You are my nephew, Mr. Connor. You are my nephew.
I have to admit, though, getting up in the morning around here, some of my favorite times.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went outside the other morning and it had snowed, but it was still just warm enough that like it created moisture, and so it was a heavy fog throughout.
Mm-hmm. It's stunning, beautiful. It really is.
The sunrise coming up through the trees and the fog and the mist. It was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It was gorgeous.
Yes, it was. It was like that a couple of days ago.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So, let's see. Oh, we are all caught up.
Hey, look at that.
That is not
doesn't
like
happen
us.
that often.
No. Make sure we didn't miss any.
Oh.
What did I did write something down?
Did you know?
I did.
North Shore. Hi, Mike and Angie. Just stopped by.
Hey, Sean.
Show some love. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
We were just on his live before we jumped on
Yep.
over listening. Yes. I was gonna say? I can't remember what I was. It's been a day. I need some more sleep. I hate when I sound stupid. What was I gonna
I
say?
don't know.
It'll come back to me. It always does. It always does.
I was pretty impressed with the amount of work I got done today.
Yeah. Yeah, you did get a lot. We both said that.
I'm still like shocked over all of it I got done because I was up there and um, we did find a really good deal on insulation.
Oh, yes, that's what we're going to talk. Can I cut you off again? It's always when you start talking that I remember.
That's why I started
Wait,
talking.
no, now I forgot.
Seriously?
I think it was for North. It was for Sean.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're
Just keep talking. You know I'll cut you off soon.
I know. We've been trying to save as much money as we can because things aren't going as far as we had hoped they were.
Yep.
Due to all the raise in prices on everything.
We have we had an oops budget.
Yeah, it went oops.
Yeah, we've used the oops budget and we're extremely frugal right now.
Yes.
Like we'll get the house done. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, no. But it's like at the same time we're going through more gasoline running the generator than we anticipated.
Yep.
And it went up in price, of course. So
Yep.
now it's costing double what we thought it was going to.
Yep.
And so like we ended up getting a pretty good deal on the steel for the roof. Ended up getting a killer deal. Well, hopefully. I haven't got it in hand yet, so I don't want to say it out loud too much. But
well, you could
on the insulation.
Yes, the Fox Blocks 2 was a really good deal. The Fox
Blocks was a wicked cool deal.
Yep.
I found a place online that they make insulated panels, and so all their cutoffs of the Roxol, they're only 3-4 inches wide by like 70 inches, 72 inches long. But I mean that's pretty close to blown in insulation anyway if I'm stuffing it in the walls in the barn.
Right.
So I'll be getting that on a real cheap. I went and that should save us probably like $2,300.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking for there's some things I won't get used. I don't want to get a used cook stove. I don't want to get a used the other thing I was thinking. Wow. I don't know how long we're gonna stay on tonight.
When do you get those pills to make your brain all fixed up?
Hopefully tomorrow.
North Shore wants to know if you wanted to put any bids on his furniture.
Of course. Do you not? There were
$6 for the clock.
No, he walks away from his screen, and everyone starts bidding on all his furniture. It's quite hilarious. They aren't giving you near what it's worth, Sean.
I just heard him say to somebody, because they were bidding $5 for the clock, and they did that last time too.
Yeah.
And he's like,
they always go for his couch.
We've been through this.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Connor, my nephew, since he was a little toddler, I used to go, it's going to sound horrible. I would go up to him and I'd give him a little pinch and I'd be like, oops, so sorry. And so still to this day, we do it back and forth. So they live in Florida and we got to see him yesterday and we got to do our little tradition. Oops, so sorry. It was cute. Scott Hebert is in the house. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Good to see you here.
Yes. Scott right now is doing every single day. He's doing a live stream. He is a beautiful artist and he's doing a live stream of him doing his art. And you should check out some of his stuff. Let me just say, He's got some amazing stuff. Hello chat. Hello.
Sometimes they don't even let me leave the room. And they start.
Right? I know.
That's funny.
Yep. I was gonna say, they were talking. That's what it was. Okay, so they were talking about like propane and, preparing around the house. And,
Yep.
if you ever needed to, like if it wasn't the same as we all know it, what would we do? And dehydration and everything. And I don't know if you've seen our video that we just posted Saturday, north, that we dug a well and we hid an artesian down about 80 feet down below.
Yep.
And so instead of putting the pump in, we have a hose that we siphoned, and it's filling our trailer, and it's a constant flow of water. And so if we never had power, we'd at least have water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I was looking at today. Just thinking in that mindset, well, what if everything crashed? What if everything went nuts? What if, like, the price of gas goes up to like $18 a gallon or something?
Our grandson.
Nephew. I know.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm trying to
like,
say it without.
If you store gas, it only lasts so long. If
Yeah.
you store diesel, it lasts a little bit longer. If you store propane, that'll last 10, 15 years, but then eventually you could run out.
Yeah.
So what do? Well, you can make alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like the world's oldest fuel.
Yeah.
So now it's got my mindset. The gears are just turning. I'm like, okay, well, what would I need to do to make an alcohol engine?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to start falling into that rabbit hole on the internet.
Yes. And I heard a saying once, one is none and two is, I can't remember how it went. One is none and two is better than one, or something like that.
Two is one and one is none.
Two is one and one is none. Yes. And so that's something else that we're keeping in mind. Another thing that I think we're going to have to go on hydro for a while, because of everything going up in price. We're not going to be able to get the solar system that we want. Because if we went solar, which is what we want, we definitely want to go the solar route. It just might not be right away. And we want to make sure, especially from the last place that we had great panels, but our batteries were not great. And so we used the lead acid batteries, which we would definitely go for lithium if we did solar again. But yeah, we might have to go on hydro for a time until we can save up and get a good system, because I don't want to I know us, and we'll do not a hodgepodge, we'll do it right, but we won't get what we want. We'll be disappointed. It'll be more work in the end. And so I'd rather just get it all done at once, get the system we want. And so we may have to go on hydro for a time.
Yeah, I have a plan. I had a plan on where to get the batteries last time, but it's in the States. And it was a good deal and everything, but the border's been kind of closed off to us for the time. So
yep.
I'm hoping that things clear up eventually, and then that option becomes available.
Yeah, you can always go back home.
Yeah, but it's a pain in the butt, because then it's like a week there, 2 weeks I have to quarantine here, and
Yep. Scott says, thanks, I super appreciate the kind words. Well, you definitely deserve them. I literally will. I don't always chat, but I will put your videos on and just stare and watch. It's amazing.
It's like watching those Bob Ross videos, man. It's so
it's pretty cool.
Mesmerizing.
Especially because he starts with this blank canvas, and then at the end it's just like, I don't always necessarily watch the whole thing, but man, from where you start to where you end up, I don't know how you do it, but you have that eye and that talent. And well done. Okay, you're going to have to read, because my eyes, I think I got cream in this one. So
he said to Drops Family Garden. I think Mr. Tom has the master list.
Did I miss this comment? Someone has the list of bids on your stuff. Pretty sure the clock is more than $6. Yeah.
I just heard him say $5 earlier, so I don't know.
I'll give you $100. No, I'm just kidding. You got lucky only having to drill 80 feet. Yes. Well, they gave us an option.
Yeah, they drilled down to 80, hit the water, but it was at like a gallon and a half a minute. Drilled down the extra 20 feet because that was what we were talking about. It's this much money to drill 100 feet. And then we put our heads together and says, well, I can keep drilling, and pray for the best. And you don't know if you're gonna hit it. Like you might hit 400 feet before you hit hit water.
Mhm.
Or I can go back and
And it was
frack it out at
did you
80.
say the cost? It was like
Yeah.
$35 per foot after 100. So our contract was for 100.
Yep. So
So we were like, no.
like go back and clean that out. We'll see where we're at. And so he cleaned the pump or the well out, 100-foot or 6-inch pipe, 100-foot down. He dried it all out, left for the day, came back next day, and it was full. And he's, He says, well, do you think we need to frack it? And he goes, I would. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So he did it. He cleaned it all out, and we're doing good.
And that cost more. So that
Of course it costs more.
So that went above. Yeah, that was just to frack it was $1,500.
We in the beginning we had priced out a well, and it was going to be like $5-6 grand.
Yes, with somebody else.
Yeah, that all fell through. In the end, it cost $7,500 plus the fracking. So after it cost like $1,100.
$1,100.
Yep, it was like 10 and a half.
1,100.
I'm sorry, 11,000.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days.
Yep.
So yeah, like
Oh,
$11,000. So
with HST, yeah.
Yeah, after taxes and everything, it was just everything went double almost.
Yeah.
So, I know moonshine will run an engine.
Yeah.
But I also know it'll blow all your rings out.
And it'll take all your troubles away.
There'll be no such thing as oil anymore because it'll clean that right up too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take them for alcohol.
The sugar beets, yeah.
Maybe that's what it's on my bucket list. I'm gonna have a still up here. I'm gonna be able to make my own, and we're gonna make wine. We're gonna make like all sorts of stuff.
Eventually.
Well, you know what I love about making like the moonshine or the alcohol? You
What?
can use it for your tinctures. You can use it for like so many things.
With a still too, I can make my own essential oils.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you should have spun it.
I mean, I'll make you your own still so you don't like mess
use
up
and
my
wreck
still.
yours. Yes, of course. It would work.
You definitely want LifePo solar batteries.
Okay. I heard on actually I'm gonna write it down. So I heard on North's Live tonight to go check out your solar videos. Are they
Okay.
expensive drops?
They're not cheap.
No.
No.
Was
I've
that
been looking all over.
Was that the ones you were looking at?
Yep.
So I'm gonna write that down.
There's a company I found in the States that actually does refurbishing of like batteries,
Mhm.
and they had like batteries from hospitals like that have solar systems and solar backup batteries or a battery backup system, and they might not get used for 2 years at all, but they have to replace them every 2 years, so they'll still have like 90% efficiency, and they just have to sell them.
Yeah.
So you get them at like a quarter of the cost.
Yeah. Is that what our friend got?
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the LifePo 4s.
Okay.
He had, I think it's a generation before that or something.
Okay. Sweeney says, we have water under our property. It's salty and as most groundwater is in our area, and it's about 250 feet down. Wow. So do you guys still use a well and have something to desalt it? Is that how they like? I don't know. Like, how do you guys get your water?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was wondering that last time.
Yeah, because I can already tell you with this water that we got, it's hard water.
Yes.
Because I can feel it like in my hair, and
I mean, I don't really feel it, but
no, I'm sensitive to that.
It's common in these areas because we've got a lot of like granite and a lot of like rock, so all those minerals get siphoned off into the water.
Yeah.
Now,
plus it's new, so who knows?
So
might have to filter out a little bit.
I'm curious. How do you do you have a well? Does it desalinate it? Like I don't know.
Picked a cook stove. Not yet. So the mud broker sent me a list. He went above and beyond and sent me a list of all these cook stoves and websites in Ontario. All of them, I think, were in Ontario. And I went on, and there's a couple that I like. I might look one more time because the ones that I really wanted, I think they were mainly cast iron. So I kind of wanted to step away from, is it aluminum?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of step away from that, but I'm not like, I love them, but there's none that's like that's the one. So I'm still looking, and I know there was one website I didn't thoroughly look at. So I am going to, but I did like, I think it was 2 of them that you had sent me. And so if I can't find like my dream stove for the cost that I'm looking for, it'll probably be one of the 2, and I don't remember their names, so I'm gonna have to go back. I think I did write it down, but I don't know where. My life is in chaos right now. Those lithium ion phosphate batteries are getting cheaper.
Get out. Something's actually getting cheaper these days?
Crazy.
Wow. All right. Well, I can start looking at those again. It's going to be one of those things we're going to have to wait to the end and make sure we have enough money to do everything else first, because building the house, getting it set up, getting the garage set up, everything else is a must. And then that is a want. And unfortunately, it lands in that category, even though I don't think it should, but it has to.
Yeah.
Right? It's still a cheap well, especially for artesian.
Oh, yeah, especially because it's artesian, and we don't ever really have to worry about, because I know there's a couple people, but I think they have dug wells. I don't think it's drilled, that they have to watch when they flush their toilets because it doesn't fill up quick, or they have to have a shower at a certain time, and then a couple hours later they can't do laundry and everybody shower in one day. And so very, very, very lucky that we hit like a stream. Very lucky.
Sugar is grown on the northeast coast of Australia with massive sugar cane farms. It also has a large rum industry. Go figure, right? Bundaberg rum from QLD is awesome.
Don't know.
I'm not up on my geography for Australia.
But we are putting together, I think I said it before. Ooh, maybe I should get a couple of those candies that I got to show them. We're going to get you other stuff that's like food, not just candies. But I'm going to show some of the candies we got.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should just wait.
No, it's not the whole package. So he's not going to see
okay. 100 amp hour Life Pro 4 batteries running about $340, $360 a piece. Wow.
So some of these I know you can get in the States too, but I don't think you can get in Australia. But I don't know. This was something, I think, because I asked you if you had this. Did you have this growing up?
Yes, I did.
So I don't know if you guys have it there, but I went to a candy shop, and it's a taffy, and it's something that I will remember forever from my childhood. Did you have these growing up?
No, don't know what those are.
This was, I had a really sugary childhood. Fizz candies. So these are just all the candy stuff that we got. Mike said you had these, yeah? Sugar babies?
Yes.
Sugar babies. You had these too.
Bottle caps? Yes, it did.
I don't know if you have these over there, but they're bottle caps. And then the last candy that I got was Macintosh. I don't think you guys had these, did you?
Yep. I remember seeing those.
You had these? I heard that you can only get them in Canada.
Well, we had them.
Huh.
I mean, Michigan is like basically Southern Ontario.
True.
Sometimes.
So with this one, if it doesn't come broken, you drop it and break it into pieces and then open it. And then it's really good. So those are some of the candies that I got, but we're still going to get a few snacks and then some maple syrup and a few other things too. You can wait, Bubby. Okay, I'm going to go back to the comments. So we started getting together a package to send to Australia. Yes, thank you for sharing them out, Sean. That's Drop's channel. Yes, that's the channel, not the video. Plenty of granite in your area. You're not kidding. We were very, very shocked when we dug for both the pole barn and for the house that, I mean, we hit boulders, but we didn't hit solid rock, which was pretty awesome, if you ask me. Mike, this question is for you. Do we run 240 or 120?
Right now, well, we don't have anything. We just are running the camper, but we're looking at probably 120, only because we're not looking to do any electric ovens or anything like that. So we don't really have a use for 240, though we've been in talks about maybe putting it in just in case.
Yeah.
How do you can't put on a picture?
No, because you're not a moderator. Yeah, I don't think you can do a picture. You can only do links.
Only links.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay, so Sweeney says we don't have a bore yet, so we are reliant on rainfall. Some properties have water rate that you purchase, and you get your water allocation via channels, not you.
Well, I just wanted to show this. Like, it's probably backwards. 12 volt, 100 amp hour LifePo 4, $1,400. So it's a little different, I guess, up here, because that's kind of like par for the course is like $1,200 to $1,400 I've seen for these 100 amp hour 12 volt batteries. So I'm amazed if I could find them at that price, it would be a different ball game entirely. But yeah, I haven't been able to. So like that's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. Bore water is still okay for stock, but not for irrigation. Huh.
Okie dokie.
You can put a desal plant to treat what we call bore water, but they don't guarantee it will make it potable, as the salinity is very variable. Water is a huge issue.
Huh.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I guess I've just been spoiled living in Michigan most of my life with all the Great Lakes and all the fresh water, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It actually, Sweeney's Creek became a topic at my family function yesterday because we were talking about the well. And then I said in our latest video, you know, like we have friends from Australia, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. And I mentioned your comment, and I didn't even think of that. And it blew my mind, and pretty much everybody's mind there. They're like, yeah, they didn't think of it either, because I guess it's not what we live. So it's not, you know.
One of those simple things that we take for granted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rum is one of my faves. Spiced rum. I like spiced rum.
I used to be huge into spiced rum, and then I've kind of fallen away from it, and I've slipped into the whiskeys lately.
Yeah, he actually just had a maple whiskey, and I don't like whiskey at all. But I did take a sip of this because he kept trying to say it's good, and I took a sip, and it was really good, actually.
You still didn't like it though.
No. No, I did. I went for another swig, but you drank it all.
It was good. I think I need to do a map of Australia video and point out some channel locations. Yeah. Would people be interested in that?
I would be.
Heck yeah.
I got a few Australian channels that I follow, and they follow back too. So
yep.
You're still the best one though.
Never seen that taffy before. We have fizzy lollies, packets of Whiz Fizz. Don't have bottle caps. Don't have Macintosh either.
Yeah. So you picked out. Okay, so I might have to dive into the fizz candies then. I mean,
you want to be real careful when buying LifePo 4. Make sure the BMS allows you to put at least 4 batteries in series. Some manufacturers you can series only 2. You want to be able to series 4. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, when it comes to those, like, because I'm not super well versed in them,
he's got some videos out. So
I know. There's videos on everything that I've got to learn. I've been focusing mainly lately on the construction end of things, and so I'm learning as much as I can, as quick as I can, so that when I get into actually doing things out there, I'm not making mistakes. I'm always asking questions, but I know my neighbor Gord is really well versed in that.
Yes.
And so I
He's our
constantly
go-to.
just go and ask him.
Yeah.
And his son, I think Gord even said Gavin knows as much or more than he does at a couple
Oh,
points.
wow.
Yeah, so like they're just a font of knowledge right next door to me,
Yes.
and so I sit down and I'll talk to them because for me it's quicker to have those conversations than it is for me to spend hours and
Yeah, because
hours
you're
searching.
good that way. See, having a conversation with some things is okay with me, but for the majority of the time, I'm very visual. So if I see it, it's harder for you to learn watching a video. But if I see it in a video or in person, it's very
Hmm.
easy for me to pick up. You are more conversing, reading. That's how you learn.
And hands on. I've
Yeah,
learned that too
hands
because
on.
there was so many times where I was trying to fix something on the truck or fix something on a bike, and trying to watch the video, and I don't know the nomenclature or the verbiage for a lot of these different parts and pieces.
Right.
Now, like I can tell how it works. I can look and see where everything connects to and the flow of everything. So I get how it works. But you might as well call it the dingle bopper and the doomahickey, and you got to pull this. My experience from fixing cars stemmed from my grandfather handing me a wrench, telling me, well, the starter it's about this big and it looks kind of like this, go get it.
Yeah.
And
Which,
so,
but that, you know what, with both of it, like we complement each other. When you get around your stubbornness, we complement each other.
hmm once I get over
You
being
didn't get
stubborn,
that, yeah.
mm,
If I know I
now
want
you're not
something because
wrong.
I've seen it, like for example, the goat fence.
Hmm.
When I first planted that seed, nothing. Nope. It was a hard no. Then I had to keep planting the seed or, whatever, talking about it. And then eventually he caved and he was very impressed with it.
Impressed.
Yes.
I mean, not quite $500 impressed, but I'm impressed.
It was actually 6, but who's counting? Hello, Sheila B. Aren't they good? I love bottle caps. I love them. I just can't have them as often anymore, especially after my dental appointment a couple weeks ago for 48 VDC battery bank. Okay.
And I think our last battery bank was 20 volt, 24 volt.
I think so too. Yeah, because you had them in series of 6.
Nope, I had a
4.
series of 4,
4.
but they were 6 volt
volts
batteries.
each. Yeah.
Yep.
A map of Tasmania video would get more views. David Outdoors 74. Hello from upstate New York. Hello, hello. How are you?
That's where Tony's from.
Is it?
Upstate New York. Yep.
Oh, I did not know that. You better not go there.
See, you guys are
into off-grid stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
We're learning. We are learners.
Oh yeah.
We've only been doing it for 2 years.
And so we're constantly looking to be as self-sufficient as possible. And I mean, it's a struggle because we're like basically city folk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I thought I was too city or too country for the city, and I move up here, and I'm like, well, I might have went a little far.
It was a shock for sure. It was fun at first, and then reality set in. Right? It feels like you're camping at first, and then reality set in, and so. Yes, our old cabin right now we're in a trailer, but in our old cabin we were on solar, had a well, and did everything like from cook stove, and we were off grid.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only bill over there that we really had, like for the house, was internet.
Yeah,
we didn't have anything else. We weren't connected. Yeah, I mean we still have a truck payment, but other than that, ever tried building biogas digester
for methane for
cooking? No,
and there are so many different things that we
I'll
can
write
get
it
into
down and look it up though.
But they're definitely on our list. Like there's so many things I want to do, and now that we've been able to afford the backhoe and we're building this big barn, so I will have a big enough workshop to do some of the things that I've been wanting to do.
I don't even know what that is. You could be
like there's tons of stuff. Like we just learned it last 6-8 months or something. We were learning about what's that greenhouse thing?
Wallapini.
The Wallapini. I'd never heard of that
Yeah,
before.
and we would never be able to do that in our other property.
No, and now that we've got this backhoe out here, we definitely were looking into that.
And that's gonna go. I think we can't put a true Wallapini where the greenhouse is going, because you need to have it at certain angles for summer and winter, to heat and to cool.
Right.
So you have to have it at certain angles. So the Wallapini, and certain directions it's got to be facing. It can't go beside the house because we're going to put a greenhouse beside. So we'll have to have the greenhouse and then a Wallapini separate.
Yep.
But we'll have the space for it. And now we're super excited because at the other property, there was no way we could have done it because it was pretty much solid rock with a couple inches of soil. So that's a project for a couple of years because it's greenhouse first. But I definitely want to do at least a small to medium size one.
I am so excited to be able to do that.
Yes.
You know what else I want to do? I found this one building company, and they do these like it's like a hard plastic form, but it's for a house built under the ground.
So you like that shell?
Yep.
Yep.
And it's in a dome form, and so it all clicks together. It all has its own like cavities for wiring and for plumbing and everything else.
Yep.
And so essentially, you can build your own little hobbit house under a hill.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I
think that would be super
I'm building
cool.
me a hobbit house. At some point in this adventure, I'm building a hobbit house.
I mean, not like we're going to have enough to do for the next 10 years, but
I do think that would be the key to get out of here.
Yeah, and especially because our property, where we put the house to where the driveway is, there is quite a height difference. I think it's 5 feet. If I'm according to the topographical maps for our area, it's about 5 feet difference from the top to here. So if we were to put it downwards the slope, like there's so many, like even where we were going to put our house in the backyard there's like it's not a cliff really, but it's a drop. And so even doing that, and I think that'd be super cool. Definitely want to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Sweeney says we get 18 to 24 inches of rain a year in our area. What?
Wow. So
that's not a lot.
It's
at
not?
all. Not for an entire year, no.
Oh.
No.
Wow. Okay.
True alpaca.
Hey,
Autumn.
Oh, and she heard.
What? Oh, the Hobbit?
Yes. We're building a hobbit house. I don't know when, but I'm building a hobbit house.
Mm-hmm. That's for you.
Would probably work for you. It's a 48 volt DC, 120 volt AC output. You can just get one to start, 6.5 kilowatts, and chain another one to get to 200 volts AC if you wish. Now, I've looked at those, but those are running like 15 grand for where I am.
So we'll see. Try peanut butter flavored whiskey. I won't oppose to it.
Peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Writing that one down too.
I've had salted caramel whiskey. I've had maple whiskey. I've had Fireball whiskey.
I've had really gross whiskey.
Yeah, I've had really gross
peanut
whiskey.
Butter whiskey.
And what was my buddy?
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's whiskey. My buddy keeps talking about monkey knot or no.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Whoa.
Pardon me.
Tell me how you really feel. Whiskey.
Better now.
Yeah. Whiskey was the first time that I ever drank. And I didn't know what I was doing. And the people that gave it to me said, no, this won't hurt you. Because I was like, well, how much do you need to get drunk? And they lied. They lied a lot. And I was I should never have drank again. I have 3 biogas digesters and do not use propane to cook with anymore. That's interesting to me because
you did write that down.
I did. Yes.
We are researching that.
Yes, I'm going to research that. If you have videos on it, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely check it out. because
in.
propane, we went last week. Yes, it was last week. So last week I went to go do our regular top up.
Yeah.
And the owner of the store was like, you know, I know you guys come here and you get your propane, and I'm just throwing a courtesy out to my customers, which thank God for him. But throwing a courtesy out to my customers, my supplier just called me, and propane has gone up 34%. And I can't chew that cost. And so propane is going up 34% for his customers as well. He already doesn't charge people the carbon tax. He pays for that because he said it was like 7 cents a liter. And so I'm like, you know, you got to stay in business too. But especially with the amount of propane that we're using right now, it's, yeah, for the trailer, for heat and stuff, right? It's not cheap. And so now it's going up even more. So anyways, he said, if you can get in before Friday, because he's getting his top up this week that we're in now. So if we got in before Friday to fill up, even he's like, if you have a 100-pounder and there's 30 pounds, come fill it up for 70, because we don't charge by the container, we charge by the weight. And so we went and filled up our barbecue tanks that we had left. I think there was 3 of them, our 100-pounder that we hadn't used yet. And then we have, what's our trailer ones? 20 pounders?
30
pounders. So we have 2 30-pounders, 100-pounders, and 2 10-pounders. 3. But yeah, we filled up.
We don't have any 10-pounders.
20-pounders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I mean, at the same time, we're looking to, like at our last place, we cooked with wood. We heated the house with wood, heated the water with wood, and we only used propane here and there in the summertime.
Which we didn't even really, because the stove broke.
Yep, the stove ended up breaking. So I picked one up used, and it was like it worked for half a season.
I want to get a sun oven too.
You know what? I would find myself doing more often than not if it was too hot. I'd go outside and start a campfire, and I would cook over the campfire.
And that's where I'm in my glory. I think the campfire and the cook stove.
Yes, you are.
I prefer that over a stove. Like, depending on what I'm cooking. Like, if I'm baking a cake, well, the wood stove. I loved baking in that wood stove. And I did a lot of it. The wood stove. What?
I just remember my birthday cake. The first one you made.
The first one? I do have a picture on the Instagram.
Yeah, it was somewhere out there. That was pretty funny looking.
My daughter and I baked our first cake. It would have been the first fall that we were there, and oh boy, it looked like a dump pile.
It was
good though.
It tasted great.
Yeah, but then the next year, so one of his favorite treats is Hostess cupcakes. And so then the next year, do you remember this?
You made those.
I made Hostess cupcake, a cake, and it tasted just like Hostess cupcakes.
I'm blown away. I was blown away.
It was really, really good. So I one-upped. I graduated in that stove department because I learned when you're forced to do it, you know. Where did you get those Reese Puff treats? Freaking delish.
You can catch as much rain as you like in tanks. You can store it and you can use it for whatever. However, the first 10,000 liters is always reserved for firefighting. Oh. Wow.
That's crazy.
You can stack
that's the stuff that's probably like no one will want to see that for you. But then for us, we're like, whoa. That's, so include stuff like that in videos too.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Nope. You can stack. So I'm squinting a lot tonight.
6 MPP solar together for about 40 kilowatts.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
And I don't know if it's like because it's Amazon.com versus Amazon.ca, but there's just like I can't find anything.
You can look into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look some more.
Yeah.
I mean, things may have changed on me.
I'm definitely gonna, because even coming this close, I'm having a hard time. I'm definitely gonna have to get my eyes checked. But I was if I'm not gonna lie, if you didn't know this, the obstetricians in Ontario so we have health coverage. I know, like, there's a couple Like there's American and then there's Australian. We have OHIP, which is Ontario Health Insurance, and it's covered with our taxes. And so we can get into ERs and doctor visits, and all of that's covered. And so for people up to 18 and after 65, it was covered as well. But we always had to pay a copay to see the eye doctor. So if you're between the ages of 18 or 0 to 18 and then 65 plus, OHIP decided to start paying for the eye doctor visits for people. And so if you're in between, you still have to pay your visit and you could go see the eye doctor. So I guess OHIP wasn't paying enough for the people, and the obstetricians were losing out on money. And so the obstetricians refused to see people that were under the age of 18 and over the age of 65. And so I have a family member, for example, that really needed to see a doctor, diabetes, and over the age of 65. But they said, well, I'll pay the difference. And I really need to get in. I'll pay for it. But it's illegal for the eye doctors to take the money. So anybody in that age category was just out of luck. They couldn't get in an eye doctor appointment since September. Well, they just changed that, and they're putting a pause to it. They're not done, but they recognize that there are people that need to be seen. And so if they changed it today, so they put a pause on it. So now you can go be seen. But a family member, close family member, really needed to get in to see the eye doctor, and they couldn't go. So I said, until they sort it out, I'm not going to go. And it might be foolish for my eyesight, but it was something that I just wanted to do. And so now I'm going to have to make an eye appointment. But anyways, moving forward. Once the rain hits the ground, you don't own it. You can trap it in dams, ponds, but if you don't have a water right, you are not allowed
to irrigate
with it, only for stock. Water is strictly controlled. That's
wow.
Mind is blown for that. That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, if you ever need a place to go to, Steve, you can always come here.
I'm gonna have the barn for you.
Yeah, we'll have a nice loft. Be kind of cool. You can have all the water you want.
Oh, she put new stickers in her shop, and she made buttons.
Oh, I'll have to check them out. That's pretty cool. Once I get our logo, we're having a fun time with that. Once we get our logo done, I'm going to get you to make me up some stickers and buttons, little one. Big one, because you're not little child anymore.
I'm going into sleep. Boyfriend will check for frozen rabbits later tonight.
It's supposed to go down to -7, yeah. It's supposed to be cold here, too.
Is it?
Yes, I think it was -7 or -6 here as well. You get the comments here.
All right.
Let's see. Well, it's already -5.
Biogas methane is made all day, not like solar, which only if the sun is up.
Tonight? Oh, no.
It's supposed to be -6?
Not -10 tonight.
Oh, get out.
-10, my friend.
Oh, I hope that nothing freezes.
Yeah. Well,
so we got to get into this biogas methane. I'm going to start doing that. He says that, oh, thanks. We love you guys too.
Frozen rabbits. Oh, they were saying earlier, Autumn, that she probably got a little happy there. We were saying, or they were explaining earlier that they have bunnies that get out but don't know how to get back in, so they get cold. Yeah. And so they constantly have to check on their rabbits.
They're only a couple weeks old, so they're just, apparently these rabbits are dumb.
Not our word. Honey badgers, Superstore, Walmart. Oh, for those treats. Oh, no, go ahead.
What?
I was going to say my mom told me something that she couldn't find for baking anywhere.
What?
Name brand Rice Krispies. She couldn't find it anywhere. She had to get the off-brand, which...
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Stuff's going nuts out there.
Yeah, I know.
Drops Family Garden. Me and you need to sit down together one day and share a bit of bottle of Bundaberg rum. I shout. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go out and look for this
Right.
Bundaberg rum.
Let's and we are really behind because it's 9:33 and it's
Okay.
9:51. So let's shoot.
You can run
Speed
the MPP
comments.
solar without batteries in the daytime, leaving these comments for your future reference.
Thank you.
Yes, and like we were running our solar system through the daytime, and then at night, because our batteries were just kind of bad, we just had the lead acid, and they went bad pretty quick. So
Yeah.
we were running pretty much on generator all night. Should be there. Yeah, someday.
It can be stacked in series of 4 too.
The batteries I mentioned can be stacked 4 series.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for putting that in here.
Curly whirly bars.
I got to order some more curly whirly bars. They used to call them marathon bars in the U.S., but they quit selling them years ago. You can still get them from the UK.
Is it something? Oh no, I would recognize. I don't know. Curly whirly.
You know, one of my favorites, and you can't find it up here. Well, you can, but it's not called the same. So in Michigan, I used to like Paydays. Paydays are like it's nougat covered with peanuts, so it's that salty caramel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And up here, they're the 420 bars.
Mm-hmm. From O. Henry.
Mm-hmm. A friend of ours just used 4 car truck batteries for their solar. Only thing they said they wish they had 6. They run those 4 for 5 years, and that's kind of what I had. I just had.
Yeah, at first we had a golf cart battery.
Yeah.
That was there, but that had left.
No, that was a forklift battery.
Forklift?
Yeah.
It had been left sitting for like 2 years, so we didn't get much out of that.
Yeah, no.
They're cheaper though.
I'm using an IBC tote to make biogas methane. I actually ran a small gas generator off my food scraps.
Wow.
It's crazy. This biogas is something you really have to look into for your off-grid free power from food waste. Oh, that's on the
I wrote
top
it down.
of the list now.
This is how far behind we are.
I'm trying. I can only read so fast. Yeah, the old lead and acid and solar batteries are still good after 5 years, but I shifted them to a backup system and then replaced them. And that's what we were hoping to get into is we wanted like a full on.
But until we save up for it, we may just have to go on hydro once the house is built for now.
There's a problem. You have to be in the country to claim it.
Yes, kiddo.
So, I'm just putting that out there. If you show up, maybe you can claim it. Wow, you got to stay.
You're probably long gone, Sean, but thank you for stopping in. Have a good night if you're still here. I get about 17 inches a year. Was joking when I said the hornworms had to cross the desert to get my tomatoes. Did I read that? I missed that comment.
What?
The hornworms.
Hornworms.
I don't remember. Did you write it in this live or was it another? I got to turn my phone volume down. And then, no, you got to. What are you looking at?
Just writing something here.
Okay, so yeah, David Outdoor 74. He has a ton of videos. It's very cheap to design. That's super cool. Peanut butter whiskey with double chocolate vodka together. There's a drink for you to try. Okay, so double chocolate vodka. They have double chocolate vodka?
So wait, you're making a Reese's peanut butter cup out of whiskey and vodka? Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
Oh wait, did I just totally get off that? Okay. Speed round and go.
Yeah, the solar are running about 1,500 a piece. I just got the MPP solar.
Okay. That's not bad.
2.4 kilowatt for now.
Oh.
That's more than we had at our last house.
Okay, cool. Connect with me.
Yeah, I know. I'm checking out those biogas videos as soon as I get done.
You wrote his channel?
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I'm not.
You can heat water with biogas too. When it's wet, get nothing but slugs. Huh.
Wow.
I even heated water with compost hot water. That's pretty cool.
Because we did, you showed me how the hot compost worked.
Yeah, the hot compost. Then yeah, so if you go in the center, we did it with our goat and chicken manure.
I've seen that before where somebody ran. I think they were like the plastic
Yes.
water lines, and they looped them through the hot compost, and it actually heated their water.
Yeah. I think I've seen something like that. I'm big into creating free energy, hate paying for it.
Oh,
I do too. That's one
yes.
of my things. I'm like, I don't know if we're going to be able to swing solar yet. And I was really bummed out. I love the fact that we didn't have any bills other than internet, but internet's not a have to. Kind of is if you're doing YouTube, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, I'm even trying to pay off the truck a little bit early so that we don't have that bill too. I'm into doing as much as you can for yourself as you can.
Have a
Um,
fire and your tank is dry. Fire department shows up and slaps you on the back. Sorry, mate.
oh my,
Wow.
Angie, you're getting old. I'm gonna be 44 next month. Yes, I've had stigmatisms my whole life, but I've always had really good vision. And once I turned 40, it was like, yeah, no.
When you put in a tank onto a rural property, now you must have an outlet down at the bottom that the CFA fire truck can hook up to and draw water for firefighting. The outlet is 10K liters off the bottom.
Wow. But you can use like you said you have you're 250 feet down. You can use that water, right? So it doesn't have to be like all this rainwater that you've collected and now it's done with, right? So can you please do a video, because I'm super interested. Do a video about your water, about the fire department stuff, about all of that. I'd love to see that.
Actually, you are rigged up to the tank, so you physically can't get that.
10,000 liters.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's like the spout's high enough off the ground that you can't touch it.
Wow. Clause in your insurance policy too.
Oh wow. No, most 70-year-olds don't need an obstetrician anyway.
It isn't. Did I say obstetrician? No. I did not. Did
I
say
don't
that?
know. I can't
You
even
don't
tell
know.
you.
Is it optician? No.
It's an optician.
You don't know how many times I go back into a video and be like, oh, I forgot to say this before this sentence. Did I really do that? Eye doctor. Obstetrician. Optician.
An optician.
Optician.
A lot
I know
of states
that.
out
If I
west.
said obstetrician, oh my God. What? Okay, I'm getting old. Is that maybe that's what the comment was? Oh,
Got dibs
this
on the
is why
doghouse.
I never go back and watch my lives.
I'm gonna have a gorgeous doghouse out here. It's like 40 foot long. I'm telling you, it's just gorgeous. There are states that are restricted on their water, and
Yep.
harvesting water
Yep.
is sad.
It is.
Try and drill a well out here. The farmers and ranchers will raise a stink. Really? Jeez.
It's crazy.
You are a clever man. All houses have a BAL rating, which is the measures that you have taken in the local environment that quantifies bushfire threat. Some are compulsory. Wow. I had no idea there were that many restrictions out here, or well, in the world on water. We are plus 11 and up to 90-kilometer winds and 100-millimeter plus rains.
Well, at least it's rain right now. Plus 11, that's pretty warm. 'Cause I know where you are.
Huh.
Did you see what's happening on the island with fuel? No. Vancouver.
Oh my goodness.
I did not. Let me know.
Hey, Honey Badger said they have loads of Rice Krispies in stores.
I'll tell my mom to go visit.
Just checked the 100 amp hour LifePole lithium batteries up to 7,000 deep cycles on Amazon Canada, and the batteries are 528. Great. I might have to. I'll look into that. Like I said, because I've spent so much on everything else. It's gonna be
Oh,
at the last.
I
So
can't.
hopefully,
I
it goes
still
down.
can't believe. I'm pretty sure I said obstetrician. Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
okay. It's an Angieism. That's what we call them.
Honey
At least y'all know what I meant, right?
Badger's homestead. It's a balancing act here. If we let everyone build as many dams as wanted and keep all the groundwater, there would be no flow into storages and no environmental flow into rivers.
Wow. Where our area is literally called the Land of Lakes because we are surrounded by tons and tons of lakes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
absolutely lakes and rivers everywhere up
Yeah.
here. The fishing is great. The hunting is great. So it's very prolific with life and food.
Yeah, there's another good idea. This is
Which is
actually
great.
something I was going to look into, a geothermal greenhouse, and you can just bury the pipes above ground on the north side. Yeah, water in
Water in Australia video will be done. That's gonna be your next. Like, you're gonna blow up from that. I swear.
Yeah. Now it makes sense. Optician or optometrist. Okay, it's all right. Yep. I'm not going red, blush, just not. No, I'm going to own it. I said that. I said it.
Just realized we weren't subbed and saw all your cast iron videos.
Yeah, Mudbroker has an amazing channel.
Yes.
There's quite, I think I don't even know. There's so many amazing channels. Drops, Sweeney's. I don't think Grace has a channel. I think maybe she should, though.
No.
Sweeney's, Honey Badgers.
I have to say, though,
the Mudbroker. Let me finish here.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
No, I cut you off all the time.
I know.
David Outdoors, we're going to check your channel out tonight. Rambling with he's our neighbor. Rambling with the Brums. That's Scott.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, so
what?
There's
how did I not know that? Sorry. Okay, well, I'm going to have to be binge watching a couple channels tonight. I didn't think you did videos. So, yeah. Honey Badgers has videos. Yep. I thought I said Honey Badgers. Honey Badgers does videos. I didn't know that for a while either, but I just recently discovered it, and I've been watching her videos. So, yes. And what were you gonna say?
I don't remember now.
That's okay. We're just here for the entertainment. We know nothing. My channel is teeny, but that's how we all start. That's how we all start. So, but yes, the one thing we always pretty much say all the time is one thing we absolutely love about being involved with YouTube is all the wonderful channels that we got to meet, whether it be online. We've met 3 channels in person now, but we also know 2 others in person. So the ones we've met is CJM Farms, Thorhaven Farms, Hickory Croft Farm. We are neighbors with Hidden Blessings Homestead and Plowman's Backyard. And then we recently discovered that Rambling with the Brums is about an hour away. So within an hour anyways. And so it's pretty cool. And there's a conference that's going to take place in the spring. It's the Eastern Homesteading Conference. And so we're going to look more into that. And I think a lot of channels are going to be there. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Yes. All right. Where were we?
Right here.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
Water isn't a problem around here. The Department of Natural Resources has put lake hydrants in many of the lakes so the fire departments can fill tanker trucks.
That's pretty cool.
I think we had actually seen... No, I didn't get to see it, but I know it took place. There was a forest fair going on around here at one point. It was like last year or the year before. And there were airplanes that were flying in and dropping in and grabbing water out of the lake. Yeah.
Just like what? 15 minutes from us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I just bought a heap of enameled cast iron from Aldi and love it. That's awesome. I love cast iron. I miss displaying all my cast iron on the wall.
We'll
But
have it back up soon.
we'll have it back up soon. And now, like, I've been bringing Mike through Mud Broker's videos on cast iron, and we've been doing. I actually messaged him a picture of Mike staring at the computer watching his channel, and we call it the School of Mud. Mike's in the School of Mud. If you don't know things about cast iron, he will take you through every step, and he will teach you how to clean it, to use it. He also cooks with it. Like, he has videos where he cooks with them. So really great informative channel, especially if you love cast iron. He has other videos as well that are wonderful, and learning a lot from them too. But let's see.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I don't know a lot about one
Yeah,
certain
too
thing,
far
but I
away
know
for
a
coffee,
lot about
yes.
many things.
Yeah,
I've picked up quite a bit of stuff.
we are too far for a coffee, but maybe one day we can still do it. Or if you ever wanted to come to the Eastern Ontario's Homesteaders thingy that they're going to have going on.
Hey, we could drag the trailer out there.
That's what I was going to say. I put out there's one group on Facebook. It's called the Homesteaders of Canada. You don't have to be Canadian to join it, but majority of them are. And so Marcy is somebody that, I can't remember her channel name right now. It's not, I can't remember her channel name. That's awful of me, but it's par for the course tonight. But she has a lot of information on it. And so I'm going to be talking with her soon. But we offered out in that group anyways, we offered that if you wanted to go and you're not from the area, by that time we'll have a cabin, we'll have the loft, we'll have space for campers. So because we're an hour away from it, so people can always camp out here if they wanted to.
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty cool. I'm hoping that we get some. And then Thor said, yeah, but the bugs though, it's bug season. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I got a couple ideas for that too.
It's in Perth. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't now it's closer than I thought. Got a lot of little lakes and points around here within walking distance. Yeah. We're driving distance. If we walk there it would take longer, but
Well, I don't know. There's like a couple ponds within walking distance from us.
Okay, read that because I can't.
We have a fleet of firefighting aircraft, and Australia also leases Elvis, the big sky crane helicopter from the U.S., and they refill from dams and lakes with their siphons.
That's pretty cool.
I mostly cook with cast iron as well. Cast iron's amazing. Once you start cooking with it, you don't ever want to go back.
I love it. We just sold a cast iron pot set from the 50s. Oh,
I think you just like Mud's hairs turned like up on the back of his neck. I missed what?
Yes, but he's not in Canada. So imagine trying to ship a cast iron.
Well, I could deliver it. I'm up for a good road trip. I love road trips.
It was up in the park. Okay. Last we heard, we may not be able to leave our province
due to things we won't agree on.
Well, we may agree.
Yep. We're having similar issues.
Yep.
Drums over. Every time I see Perth, I think you are talking about Perth, the capital city of Western Australia.
Well, of course we are. We're right around the corner.
Got a lake full of steelhead trout less than a mile down the road. That's some good fishing.
Somebody, I think I showed you, somebody wrote a comment about our well, and you had already mentioned that you wanted to put 2 lines in, one to 4 feet off to see if we can create like a creek, small creek or pond.
Yep.
But then someone had said bringing in not trout, salmon, brown salmon or something. They would like that. So I mean, I don't know much about it, but I thought it's on my mind. I can look into it.
Well, first, let me figure out how I'm going to build it.
Well, first we have so much other stuff to build that we'll just worry about a creek.
Because the placement is like very
Welcome
poor,
back,
so I don't
Tabitha.
know.
Our Perth is a little place. It's about 1.7 hours for you guys. So,
Yeah.
no.
It's like an hour
Well,
and
the
a
way
half.
you drove, it was like an hour and 25. All back roads, you know.
I like
Yeah.
cast iron because you can shove it in the oven to finish the
Yes.
baking part of the meal.
Yep. I like that too. That's the one thing you don't get with a lot of pots. Like if you're doing something on the stovetop, I mean, you can with the stainless steel, but you often get plastic handles. You can't put that, right in the oven. So I missed a cast iron. I missed on a cast iron camp oven and gas cooker and a big pot to scald chickens in on Facebook Marketplace by 5 minutes this week. To say I was pissed was an understatement. Trick with the cast iron is to get it hot first, 100%.
You could build a spring house down the hill a bit and feed it with a line from your wall. And I was thinking about doing that, but it's not the way things are set. It like goes down the hill and then it levels off. So I'm gonna have to go down the hill, dig it out, and then make sure that it doesn't have a runoff straight from there into, because there's a beaver dam not too far off, and I think that's where all the runoff goes to. So it's going to take some finagling and some work. I think I might have to throw some clay in the bottom of it.
It's funny because where we were going to talk about putting the pond,
yes,
if we did it, that's where the water naturally collects in the spring, and it runs down and it goes like back behind the pole barn. That's where it naturally goes to go down to the pond, or not pond, but that collection of water we had behind the orchard when we were over at the cabin.
Yep.
That's where it all comes down, is right there. So
so we should just steal it and dig a
we should
pond
just
here.
divert it, because we're
divert it.
Yeah,
that's a better word.
I definitely want a pond. If we can swing it, right? Especially because it's constant.
I'm gonna have
water.
A pond.
Oh, I know.
It's a matter of
has
where.
Been going on all week about this well. I've never seen this guy so excited for water, and he's like, "Oh, we could do so many things with this, and and if things ever went south, and we always have water, which is the biggest thing for me." And I think that's awesome. And then we have our Berkey water filter,
and it's also like, because it's cold water from like down below, so during the summer you can do many things with it. You have a constant flow of water. You have some place that you can always feed or let your animals drink from, stuff like that. But it's also a fridge, so you can like keep things cold through the entire summer. You won't have to run any power off anything. You can like make a pond and do raise fish in there. Is so much that can be done, and I'm like just going crazy. I know.
My wife one year bought me cast iron pans for Christmas. I had cast iron before we went to Michigan, but then we went to go help clean out a house where the person, it was somebody that we know. It was their uncle, which we never knew the person that passed, but we went to go help them clean out their house, and the person we know ended up giving us a ton of cast iron, and some of it I have recently learned because of Mud Broker's videos that it's Wagnerware, and I would never have known. And it's the older kind. And we haven't even gone through all our cast iron yet. So I'm super excited. But that, the person's house was in Michigan. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else we have. Like I know we got an older Dutch oven, which I think I gave away before I knew what it was, because I kept the newer one thinking the newer one was better, but the older stuff's probably better depending on the brand. But I know, so I think I kept the newer one, but I should have kept the older one. But I think we actually might have two, so we'll see. I all our cast iron is stored right now, but after we started watching the School of Mud, I made Mike go and grab some of the cast iron because he's taller than I am, and it was up higher, and I made him go grab some of the cast iron. So it was like, let's see what we have. Is it the good stuff? It's 55 minutes for me. Okay, for the Eastern Conference, that's pretty cool. Well, if we don't meet before that, maybe we'll meet there. I think we're gonna wrap up comments because my eyes, like, they're all the words are really blending together. So, like, this whole video, I've probably looked stoned, but I'm not. Like, hey,
garden
guys.
gift fit for a king. I'm sure they're still very special to you. She bought them because she read something online. I was the cook in the family. We have a special recipe here using cast iron camp over a fire to cook a wild wood duck. Put a brick in with the duck. When the brick is tender, throw the duck away and eat the brick. You got me.
Yeah.
You got me. When does a joke become a dad joke?
I heard this on Vision Acres Live.
When it becomes apparent. That's still kicking in my head. That was so good.
Or what was the other one? What sucks about getting fired from the unemployment office?
Having to show up the next day.
Having to show up to work the next day.
I've never seen cast iron with wooden handle. I've actually seen a couple cast iron with wooden handles. Perth is the capital and largest city of the Australian state of Western Australia. It's Australia's fourth most populous city with a population of 2.1 million living in Greater Perth in 2020. You know, there's a lot of duplicate names for cities all over the world.
We have a lot of England cities. So
it's like, you know, they just got lazy. They're like, well, you know, I can't make anything up. So this is London too.
I have a funny story. So we're in a buy and sell group. Well, I can say this town. We're in something called Denby Buy and Sell Group because it's within driving distance to us. And some Canadians haven't figured out that some people that live in England that also live in Denby. So we have to watch because some of them will be put in as pounds and some of them will be put in as dollars. So neither side wants to break from this group. And so you have to watch in the Denby Buy and Sell. You have to watch that it's not put in pounds. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. I can show you some of the comments.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I hadn't run across that yet.
And then where we lived before we moved off grid, our whole area was like Florida cities. So we lived on Tampa. What was that other street that was right by it? Like there was like 6 Orlando.
Yeah.
There was a bunch they named. One thing I really like about the town of Ajax, I don't know about current names, but I know up until I left there, all of their names were named street names were named after world or war veterans.
Yeah, there's a certain area. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And a note, when we lived in Ajax, the show, some of you might not have seen it, it was called Bomb Girls. And it was all based out of Ajax because they used to make bombs for the war in Ajax.
Yep.
And you lived there. You did.
Hey.
Yay. I recently got a cast iron French pan. Oh, by the word of all the gods, it is awesome. Love cooking in it. Yes, it's a whole other experience. Definitely got rid of all my Teflon long ago. Probably around the same time I got rid of them. No, it was after the microwave, but
yeah, especially after I learned how like Teflon actually off gases when you cook with it. Like, what in the world?
Right. Wow, excuse you.
I feel better now.
Tiny Tim. Hello. I love my cast iron, especially my Camp Dutch oven. I have an addiction. Yes.
Well, that's not a bad addiction.
I'll be in the Caribbean. Don't start the dad jokes. It never ends well. What was that?
I disagree.
Right. What was that one joke I heard on the other channel today? I don't remember. Yeah, no.
We have a town called Nashville in Queensland. Yeah, see?
Nashville, Tennessee.
That's it.
All right.
We had a number of Americans who come to Australia for the gold rush and some American Civil War vets in the 1880s, 90s. Okay, cool.
That's pretty cool.
Did you know that more money came out of Michigan and logging in the 1800s than did the entire gold rush in California?
Well, the things you didn't know, but now you do. How did you find your current location from Ajax? Well, we lived in Oshawa before we moved here, and it was a fluke. It was a complete fluke. We were kind of looking around for places to look at. At one time, we looked at a town called Durham, Ontario. It's not Durham region, but it's Durham, Ontario, and it just didn't feel like home. And so I found this place, or the cabin, and it was perfect pricing for us. And he said, no, that's a shoebox. I'm not, no, we're good. And then like a week went by, I think, and then it popped up in my mind again. And so I looked, and then I found something. Oh, there was neighbors of ours had at that time had a greenhouse, and the name of that greenhouse resonated with me, and I'm like, see, Mike, it's a sign, we got to go at least check it out. And then we actually, I don't, because they had their phone number on the website, I messaged them asking if they knew anything about the cabin. And they were great. We ended up talking to them for quite a while over the phone, and we came up to the cabin, and Mike was pleasantly surprised at how much bigger it looked than the photos.
Yeah.
We'd never been up to this area before. We knew nothing about it. We didn't even know that it was rocky up here, and other than what you see along the highways.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Colorado.
Yeah.
Because you're in like the spine of, well, just the outskirts of mountain range.
Yeah, the Canadian Shield.
So you get like the beginning of the Canadian Shield.
Mm-hmm. And so we just took a chance. They took our offer, and we knew what we had to sell our house first in Oshawa.
We moved from a 1,500 square foot home down to a 350 square foot home.
Yes.
Totally off grid. And we were camping in it for the first month.
Nothing was set up.
Nope.
So
we had no electric and no water because the well pump wasn't pumping because we didn't have an electricity. Yeah. And the water jacket was in the wood cook stove, and it was dry, so we couldn't even use the wood stove because you run the risk of ruining the water jacket.
Yep.
So it was one thing after another.
Yeah, it was a complete, and we gave up our careers.
Yeah.
We gave up everything, and we gave this a go. My dream was never to be off grid per se. It was more to live in the country, and I had to take this shot because I felt it was the only chance that I would get. And I'm not gonna lie, it was probably like 2 months before we were driving down that story. We were driving down Ritson Road, and I said to you out of the blue, Mike, I just have this big feeling like we have to get out of the city and we got to go now. And he was like, what? Whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. I feel like we have to go, and we need to move to the country. And we moved up here in April of 2019. And by the end of the year, we all know what started taking place. And so it had to have come from the big guy in the sky, because that's the only thing that I can feel that it was, because it came out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
It just totally came out of the blue. And here we are. And now look, and we knew nobody. And I think that's the biggest message I want the grandkids to hear is sometimes you got to take that chance, even though everything's like, people called us crazy. And I'm looking back, admittedly, we were, we both had good careers and made good money. And we had a home that was really nice. And and everything. But I wanted the country. And then when that feeling hit me, I started really looking, and here we are. All right. Now let's get back. You never know what
They've just been
lies.
talking about the gold rush in Canada. So
Okay.
apparently there's like a million, like almost 2 billion tons of gold been taken out of Canada or Australia and stuff.
Huh.
All right. So
All right.
I'm thinking that it's time for you to give me a back rub.
Yeah. I'll, I'll give you 2 hours to stop that. I need to go like put
Yeah.
some Visine or something in my eyes because I'm like, hey.
I want to say thanks to everybody for showing up
Yes.
tonight.
Oh, there is one thing I wanted to talk about.
Is there?
There is. It's not even to talk about. I know there's been quite a few of you that have been really trying to play the playlists for our watch hours. So I wanted to give an update of where we are. So for those that know how the monetization system works, you need to have 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month period. So we officially need less than 900 to be monetized, and our goal is by the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's my goal. But we're gaining a lot more hours now, but we're also losing hours because anytime from this day, a month or a year ago, those hours are lost. So I can see people are definitely watching videos and watching the playlists and stuff like that. I can definitely see that because we've already past doubled what we did last month. Well, compared to last year.
Yeah.
I think we in 2 months gained what we did all in 1 year. So we are definitely getting the enough watch hours. It's just a matter of getting monetized. So thank you for everyone who's been watching the videos and helping out and supporting. It really truly means a lot. I'm super excited. It was never a goal, but now that it's so close, it kind of is. So it's like, I got to get it. I got to get there. You don't make much off YouTube unless you make it huge, which I don't care about. But it's just now it's like in Angie's head that goal has got to hit. So, or I got to hit that goal. So thank you for everybody that's been supporting and watching and liking and commenting and everything. It really does mean a lot. And that's what I want to end our video on tonight. Thank you. And that is it.
All right, guys.
Back row,
Thanks so
yeah.
much for showing up and hanging out with us tonight. I know we went a little long tonight. We were up and running up about 2 hours, but
Yes,
it's
thank
been
you.
great hanging out.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, it's a goal. And yes, it's like, Angie's got to do it. Can she do it? And Mike. Mike's the star of the show. I know that. He's more on the camera than I am.
I'm just the talent. I show up. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Drop says just keep building stuff. Yeah, I'll watch.
I got no choice. I got to keep building stuff.
We kind of have to. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And as always, take care and God bless. See you next time.
Bye, guys. Have a good